There's a place few people ever think to explore, and it's tucked away in a quiet corner of the Midwest. It's a landscape shaped by ancient winds, where rolling ridges turn steep, prairie stretches to the horizon, and climbs are far tougher than they have any right to be. This place has nearly 2,000 feet of vertical gain. It's got endless views and more solitude than you'd ever expect. This is Lion's Untamed Path, and today we're hiking Brent's Trail, deep in the Loess Hills of western Iowa. Brent's Trail runs just over 11 miles point to point, stretching across some of the most rugged terrain in western Iowa. Our plan for this adventure was to tackle it as an out and back, starting at the Murray Hill Scenic Overlook, making our way south through the changing landscapes and covering around 14 miles total over 2 days, with a night of camping along the way. Oh, look at this beautiful yucca plant. I didn't even know these kind of plants were in Iowa, and it's beautifully flowered. Rod has done this hike before, and he's the one that told me we should do our shakedown hike to prepare for this later this summer. And he told me there was some unique plants such as yucca and cactus in the Loess Hills. So it's exciting to see some of that stuff in bloom. And there was just a fresh rain, so some of the stuff is just coming up and it's just beautiful and green.
Bright red over there.
What is that?
I don't know.
What do we have here? Seen one of these before? They look like grapes.
Yeah. Firm.
Firm grapes.
Have to fix them with our tea in the morning.
Hey, you ready? I'm just kidding. Probably not a good way to start. We are close to the vehicle though. If I got sick, we could just walk back. Or you could carry me back. Oh, they are everywhere.
Yeah, they're just thick through here.
The Loess Hills were formed thousands of years ago at the end of the last ice age. As glaciers melted, powerful winds picked up the fine silt, called loess, and piled it into massive dunes along the Missouri River Valley. Over time, these wind-blown dunes hardened into these steep, rugged hills, rising suddenly from the plains as you cross into western Iowa. It's a fascinating change, especially compared to the flat, fertile ground of central Iowa.
It's a pretty special area, especially when you consider there's only one other place on the entire planet that's got this similar composition, and that's in China. So pretty blessed to have this as part of Iowa. Come out and enjoy it.
It's neat too, because as you can see in the background when I was recording Rod, it's northeast Iowa. It gradually gets hilly, and then you kind of get up in the hills, and then you realize you're there, right? And then you got the bluffs, and you got the Mississippi River. Here it's completely different. On the east side of the Loess Hills, farm ground completely flat, and then as you can see in the background on the west side, until you get to the Missouri River, farm ground completely flat. But it's just this random mess of hills just in the middle of seemingly nowhere, and that's what makes it so neat and beautiful. And some of these views, especially when you get to the top of the prairie and the corn and the beans, it makes for a really special place. Uh-oh, we got a steep one, folks. This is why I do these things, so you can sit and have your coffee on couch and watch, and then you can just laugh as I bust my butt going up these steep hills.
Oh, it just gets steeper. Good.
Oh. Most people would rather sit on a beach and have a mojito.
That sounds like fun. Does that sound like fun to you?
What's the fun in that?
Next time I first recorded.
Well, that was fun, but the even cooler part is the view. We've dropped off the peaks and the highs of the hills here at peak elevation, and dropping down on the trees, and we found this neat little family cemetery, or old cemetery. We're gonna pay our respects and kind of scope it out here.
About 4.2 miles in from Murray Hill Scenic Overlook is the Fontainebleau Cemetery, a quiet little resting place tucked along the trail. Some of the graves here date back to the 1800s, including Civil War veterans who settled in these hills after the war. From here, the trail takes on a different feel, leaving the open ridges behind and dropping into the shaded, forested valleys ahead.
Is this the one spot you were talking about that was an old creek bed? We've dropped down into a neat little cut where it's an old riverbed, and it's been here for a long time, because look at the cut bank on my right here.
Walls.
Huge walls.
Name for this. Second canyon or something.
It's a neat little muddy canyon.
Yeah. Trickle of water there. Little. It's getting damper the further up we go.
This might be a decent spot up here to
I was just thinking that.
have a little bite.
Oh, a little pokey. Otherwise, oh, there you go. Where's my chicken?
Okay, I gotta try out this sit pad I got.
What I did. It looks like apple from like an apple spritz or whatever, like the same family of stuff. And it has a unique flavor or whatever. I like Boulevardiers, and then if you switch the sweet vermouth or dry vermouth. Oh.
So the most random thing just happened while we were sitting on some logs enjoying our lunch. If you recall from episode 1, Rod's nephew Nate was fly fishing and camping with us, and I swear to you that this was the most random thing ever. But we're sitting eating lunch, and Rod's jaw just drops, and he's like, "You gotta be kidding me." We turn around, and we're in western Iowa now, and look who walks down the trail. This Nate is randomly walking down the trail. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're like, what are the chances?
Yeah, for sure.
Man, so now we're a party of 4.
Fellowship of the Loess.
Fellowship of the Loess. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh, perfect. We're gonna go over the crest of this hill.
What I love about trails like this is how they constantly keep you moving. They're up and down, they're ridge to valley, there's no easy miles along the way. But that's the draw. You don't need to fly across the country to find a true adventure. Sometimes it's right here, tucked into the hills, waiting for you to show up and earn it.
Nice little cut. The trail's on the other side there. So, the options are jump or go around it. If you go down, you must go back up, apparently. Okay, we've arrived at our water cache, so I'm gonna go grab our little hidden containers of water. Rod, do you want yours?
Just grab a bottle.
Okay. We're gonna hide it back in here so it doesn't take away from the scenery for anybody else. And then keep heading on our way. Right here, so if you recall, on episode 1 last year, I was talking about pheasant back and they were dried. Well, here, there's pheasant back, not dried, but when they get really big, they get real woody and tough. So those are edible. They are very, very earthy, as I said in the last episode. Oh, look at this big one. Oh my gosh. Look at that massive one there. But they wouldn't taste very good. You want to get small ones. How's that song go again, Rod?
Gummy sharks, gummy sharks.
I'll take two. Oh yeah, definitely sharp.
It's a great white.
Great orange.
Great orange.
Brent's trail doesn't just have one brutal climb. It hits you again and again. There are actually 5 major elevation changes, each one climbing from around 1,100 feet to over 1,400 feet. By halfway through day 1, my calves were cramping up, my legs felt like jelly, and every ridge felt steeper than the last. And that's because Brent's trail is widely regarded as Iowa's toughest hike, and out here, it doesn't take long to understand why.
Joe was talking about I'm talking about yellow oysters, and Joe's talking about white oysters. And there they are. White oysters. Edible and tasty.
Or is that a pheasant?
So, white oyster mushrooms. They like to sit on dead fallen timber. So, that's one place to look. At least that's where I found them. And they can grow all year long as there's some rain and there's some good humidity, I think. That's where, because I've been able to find them on running trails and whatnot from about now until September. They've got these real light gills on the back. So I've always just fried them up with butter or put them in like a soup. They've been good. But they smell good. So we made it to the halfway point and we ended up dropping off Joe here because this is where we put his vehicle, and then Nate, who we picked up halfway on the trail, hopped in with him to go to his vehicle. So we're taking a break because our dogs are barking, and then we're gonna go try to find a spot to put up camp for the night. And I'm looking forward to that because my feet are sore and I'm ready to relax.
Yep.
But I also have had 4 ticks on me, and so now I'm gonna feel like they're crawling all over my legs all evening. Well, I think we might have found our little camp spot up here on this hill, because we are not finding much good stuff to camp on. Let's just traipse through this poison ivy here. Now it's time to set up camp. We're a little bit off the beaten path, but we were struggling finding good camp spots on this last leg of this hike. So the trail is right over there, and it's really nobody's been on this part of the trail. I've had about 10 ticks on my legs just walking through this high stuff here. And we found this little grassy knoll on the top with a few flat spots. So Rod is setting up there on that knoll there. And I found a flat spot down here because I need a little bit more room, because I have a single wall tent. So let's get set up. I want to make myself some supper. It's 4:42, just about supper time, and see what we can do to relax a little bit, even though there's not really good relaxation spots here. Oh, laser shot. Oh. Okay. Tent is set up, bedding set up. I'm gonna do a quick tick search, and then I'm gonna take off my socks and shoes because it rained a little bit today, and my feet are a little moist, a little wet. And I'm hungry. I'm gonna make some supper. But let's make sure I don't have any more ticks on me. I had a lot on me today. And a lot of them were deer ticks, which are the bad ones. Oh. I'm getting trench foot here. Yep, a little wet. A little wet. Oh, there's a tick. Little guy was in my gator. This thing's so small, I don't even think you can probably see it. Fast little booger too. I'm a little sore, and I've got this cork massage ball, so I'm gonna rub out my calves real quick and okay, I have had some time to rest. My legs feel better. Let's go check out Rod's setup. He just looks like he's about done. Oh, look at this.
There you have it. Bed is made.
I just don't think I could do that. I think I wouldn't be able to sleep with the thought that mice are gonna be on my head.
If it's like for midnight. Well, the mice out here aren't educated. They don't know that.
Look at this. There's a spider with an egg sac, and it's gonna crawl on Rod's face tonight. Is this what you're taking to Isle Royale, or you haven't decided?
I'm pretty sure. Probably 75%.
Wow. All right, I think we're ready for supper. I didn't get as crazy as Rod. I didn't want to spend the time on this hike to think of some crazy stuff, so I just have good old Mountain House from Walmart. Chicken fried rice. Pretty easy. Oh yeah. But what I haven't done yet is I have not used my new stove.
There you go.
In my quest for, oh, look at this big tick. It found its way onto me. He was so big I could feel him crawl up my leg. See, that's just a normal dog tick, right?
Yep.
Jeez. That gas is cold.
Don't need the bear.
Feel that heat. That's where you drop boiling water on your stove because it's hot. Ooh, this is dangerous. I should not be doing this. Yeah. Yummy. I could have put some of those white mushrooms in this.
Oh, yeah.
Bam. Oh, long day. Me and Rod just finished up supper and relaxed for a little bit. I think I'm gonna give myself a little bath with some wipes here because I had a little spill earlier and I fell in the mud on a steep slope. And we put on some Pickardin for the ticks. So I'm gonna wash myself off and then I'm gonna relax and maybe watch a Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit or something on my phone, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Got a little chillier than I anticipated last night. It's not super cold, but I was a little chilly. I definitely didn't bring the clothes or the sleeping bag for that temperature. Feels like it's probably high 40s or low 50s, and I brought a 55-degree bag. And I run cold when I sleep, so. And the other downside is the forecast seemed to be a little bit off. It sprinkled pretty much all night. So it is going to be a wet hike out. And I'm going to bundle up and put some leggings on because I don't want any more ticks on me. So I think I'm going to pack up, get some warm clothes on, see if Rod's up, get breakfast going, and hit the trail. Tent worked good though. The tent worked good. Here he comes. Down from his roost. I got you a little dry spot for your breakfast prep. All right, Rod's getting packed up. I'm packed up. Breakfast is 8. We're doing an out and back, so essentially we're just heading back the way we came. So we got about 7-8 miles back to the vehicle, and it's gonna be wet today.
Yep.
Back into the scrub. Now for the steep one.
Let's get it done.
Oh boy.
Mosquitoes are starting to form.
Yeah. This one, I fell down yesterday. Oh man, it's slick now.
Yeah, it is. It's wet enough that it's not quite patchy yet.
You gotta find the little ridges to put your foot down. While we're hiking on a essentially dirt road for a little bit of the path, I thought it'd be important to talk about what a shakedown hike is. And I'm not gonna claim that I'm an expert at it. This is my first through hike this episode. But Rod is much more experienced than me, and he suggested we do what you call a shakedown hike, which essentially just allows you to simulate your hike on a shorter level, work the kinks out, make sure your gear works, make sure you can handle the weight that's on your back. Yep. Make sure, for me, just because I've had a little bit of lower back issues over the last couple of years, and I hurt what I didn't tell you guys after the end of episode 5 in northern Minnesota ice fishing, it's that I had a herniated disc in my neck after that. So just working through any health concerns you may have to make sure it doesn't, you can get it treated. Because I was thinking to myself, if I've got a lower back issue or a knee issue or something, I want to get it to the doctor and get some physical therapy on it long before we go on this through hike. So
figure out how much water you need, how you do your water, figure out your cooking system, what kind of food you like, what kind of food you don't like, that kind of stuff too. It's all part of just getting your system dialed in.
And the nice thing is, since Rod's experienced, he's here in case, he can make recommendations. I can see what he's doing, because I'm essentially trying to emulate what he does. If you can't tell based on some of the gear we have, a lot of stuff he has, I bought.
The stuff that works. It's hard to argue with good gear.
Yep. So it's sometimes it's not all that thrilling to go back the way you came, but the scenery is worth it at the beginning, or in the case on the way back at the end.
Yep.
And this is all for experience.
Yep. Practice makes perfect.
Now we go back up. Like square burnt areas.
Yeah.
I realized it's for.
There were some big logs that came burnt with ash.
We made it out of the woods, and we've got about, what'd you say, Rod? 2 miles left?
About a mile and 3/4.
Mile and 3/4 left. And we're heading up into the bluffs again. So this is our second to last elevation gain, and our calves are barking. Oh, yeah. Look at that view. We are on our final up, which will, and then that'll finish at the truck. So we're gonna send the drone up to capture a little bit of the elevation here, and call it a successful trip, as long as we don't fall down this hill on the way. As long as I don't fall down the hill while I'm trying to drone while I walk. Well, we made it back to the truck. We did not hurt ourselves, but I'll tell you what an absolute gem of a hike over in western Iowa. It's not for the faint of heart, but if you guys are looking for a challenge, it's an absolutely beautiful trail. So thanks for hiking with us. Stay tuned for more episodes of Lion's Untamed Path. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.